May I be perfectly honest with those of you who have been struggling with weight loss? Let me first say this. Let me clear the air. It's never my intent to harm anyone, to make you upset, or to attack you and or your person. It's not my intent. Never has ever been that. My job is to help or aid in as many areas of our lives as I possibly can based on my experiences, my knowledge, and even my training. And that's it. No hoopla, no fluff, shooting from the hip, if you will. Now, there will always be people that will take it personal. If you're one of those individuals, I'm sorry, but that's your problem. That's your problem if you take it personal. If I have not called you by name and identified you, then it should not be personal because I'm not talking to you directly. I'm only talking to those that are open to learn, that are open to receive information and to process that information and utilize it if it benefits them. Okay? Now, it doesn't mean that some will still not be offended, because that's just simply the world that we're in. Some will receive it openly and be very appreciative, and others will scowl and attack me. Thank you. You have just identified who you were. Those of you, the ones who hide behind the walls, in the shadows, who stand in the shadows, who never show their faces. Those are the ones that we good people should be looking out for. So, if you really want to lose weight, let me back up and say this first. The reason that you haven't lost weight, the reason that it has not been effective for you to lose weight is because you really don't want to lose weight. It's the truth. What do you mean, brother teacher? It's funny, odd, that there are various spectrums in the world as it relates to people. And you find a group of people that are into sports, that are very athletic, very fit. Let's take bodybuilding and let's take boxing. Go to the gym and they train for their particular vocation or sport. In boxing, your bantamweights, your welterweights, your lightweights, middleweights, and even your heavyweights, at least legitimate heavyweights, they're built athletically. You see abdominal muscles, you see trapeze, the chest muscles, pectorals, if you will, the deltoid shoulder muscles, and so forth. And they have a good gait. Gait means their balance, the walk, and so forth, based on training, right? Track stars. If you look at track stars, you don't see overweight track stars. They're on the thin side. It's not just because they are thin boned. It's because they train to do that. And you see again bodybuilders. I begin to say bodybuilders. You see their musculature, right? You can see some large muscles and you see they're very vascular, veiny, if you will. And you see a lot of definition. Do you think they got that way because it was a miracle? No, this came from putting some work in. Are you following me so far? They put some work in. If you look at a person's body physically, who's an athlete, a true athlete in a physical competition like bodybuilding and sports, and even in martial arts, even in swimming, even in track and gymnastics, that person is disciplined. Discipline is not something you mail order. Discipline is not something that falls down from you from heaven. Discipline is not something that you can purchase in a store. Discipline is something that's within you, the person, and it's based on you making the decision. The decision doesn't have to be verbal at first. It comes here in your mind. When you decide that you want to do something, then it begins to gather some feet. You move towards that thing. If you're really serious about it, you'll move with veracity and tenacity. And no one can stop you if that's what you really want to do. Just like those sports individuals that I just pointed out to you. What makes them different than the individual who is obese or extremely obese or morbidly obese? What made them different was the fact that they had a purpose, they had intention, and they were disciplined. And when you back away from that, looking at the person that's overweight, they were not disciplined, and they are not disciplined. So that's the element that you're really missing, is the discipline. Everything else follows thereafter, such as diet, regimen, and exercise. Those two things go together. I don't care what any so-called scientist or specialist tells you. It's a no-brainer. Okay? No one gains weight just by existing. You must do something to gain that weight. That's not air in your body. That's the result. Your body fat is the result of you eating something. It's what you eat, how you eat, and how often you eat. And your exercise for your body. You must move. Look at animals in nature, always galloping, flying, jumping, hopping, constantly moving. Human beings, most of us live a sedentary lifestyle. Sitting in the house, lying in the house, in the easy chair, eating pork rinds and beer, watching the game, driving here, driving there, instead of walking when it's not that far to walk, going up in the elevator when you can take the steps. You know, it's always the easiest way. It's always the shortest way, as opposed to the most proficient way. It's a heck of a man or a woman to discipline one's self. And one of my expressions is, one must discipline one's self to be disciplined. That's a brother teacher quote. One must discipline one's self to be disciplined. I wrote that back in the early 90s. So, for you to have discipline, you have to discipline yourself to even want it in the first place and act on it. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm serious. So, if you truly want to lose weight, first thing you should do is shed your excuses. Whatever they are. We all have a bag full of excuses that we can use conveniently. You can blame it on other people. You can blame it on the boogie. Whoever and whatever you want to blame it on. Stop blaming and start doing. So, the next thing is make a decision. Decisions are not just theories. They're just not thoughts in passing. You must make a decision, and then you must act on that decision. And there's no better time like right now. Everything that you call food, that you've been utilizing as food, reconsider that. Not so much as reconsider, but really think about what you've been consuming and get rid of it. Take it out and bring real food into your home. Real food. Stop restauranting your money away. Stop giving these companies, these corporations, your hard-earned money, making them wealthy while you're becoming unhealthy. Serious as serious can be. Taco Bell, McDonald's, Chipotle, Frisch's, the steakhouses, the Chinese restaurants, the whole slew of restaurant industry. They've been making billions of dollars off of people's ignorance and appetites for the wrong thing. They make it taste good, but it's not food. When you say that you're hungry, going to a restaurant should not be your first recourse. It's not, and it should not be. That's not real food. It's some food contained therein, but there's a lot of dyes, colors, food enhancers, and artificial this and artificial that in your food, and you don't know anything about it while you're scarfing it down. And you know, you don't have to get sick right away. It happens over time, because our body will tolerate a lot up until a point. Then the next thing you know, old man disease and cancer starts knocking on your door at some point in time, because you've overdone the sugar and the sodium and all of the other things that's contained in what you thought was food. And honestly, you really do know that it's not real. There's nothing like real food. Just like you were born real. Just like you were born organic. The things that you put in your body should really be organic as well, because that's what you are. So, I know I'm preaching to the choir for some people. I'm talking to myself as well, because we have been programmed since childhood to eat all of these types of foods, to eat the wrong things. And the industries have becoming more and more wealthy off of us and our ignorance. But once you start waking up, you need to make sure that you have woken all the way up and then act on it. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be very trying for people, because they have it all around us in the supermarkets, and you see the billboards and so forth, always advertising on television and the commercials and so forth. It's this food and that food and hot food and spicy this and spicy that, and all of the creams and the chowders and the barbecue wings and so on and so forth, and the pizzas and so forth, but it's not real. You know what? I don't care about your race or ethnicity, national origin, color of your skin, where you came from, your religion, if you will. I have met some of the most beautiful people in the world throughout my lifetime, in the military and nursing, in the martial arts and so forth, that were not even very fit people. And I've always had empathy for people who were struggling with weight and health problems over the years. And I still do. Nothing's changed. So I'm talking to those who are willing to change and make their lives better. If you can do that, then you should. And as I said a moment ago, you must make a decision to want to lose weight. And I'm just talking about weight right now. When you make the decision that you want to lose weight, what you're going to do is change the way you eat. You're going to start reading ingredients. You're going to start studying on your own, doing your own due diligence and studying on your own, learning more about your body than you hand to the doctor who's supposed to know about your body, who only studies allopathic medicine. You want to learn about you. This is yours. God, Yahweh, gave us this body. He didn't give it to the doctor. The doctor is supposed to have minimal care of this body. It's only when there's something beyond your control that you did not have a hand in that you call the doctor or the emergency medical for. But other than that, just general maintenance is our jobs, not the doctor's. Why are we paying millions and billions of dollars to those industries when we can do our due diligence and take care of ourselves? So if you want to really lose weight, you can. In the examples that I pointed out earlier about the people in the bodybuilding and so forth, you know, they are not blessed with those bodies. They put some work in, and you must put some work in also. You're not going to look like an Amazonian woman, and you're not going to look like a Lou Ferrigno or Arnold Schwarzenegger in his earlier years. You don't have to be that, but what you can be is physically healthy. You can lose a lot of the extra weight that you have packed on your body that's unhealthy. Let me give you an example real quick, and I'm not using this physical example in front of you, but I'm sure you can get the point. Listen to me very carefully. If you got a big bread basket in front of you that's called your belly, your organs are inside here, right? Your intestines are in the lower part of your region here in the trunk of your body. Your intestines, right? Your liver and your kidneys are back there. When you have all of this extra weight here, did you not know that you're moving those organs out of their natural plane or where they're supposed to be at? That's not good. I just wanted to throw that at you. So now, you must have a diet, a proper diet, and that diet should be your regular diet. Not to say, I'm going on a diet. No, you're not going on the diet. Going on the diet is a fad type of situation. You don't go on the diet. You're going to say, this is how I'm going to eat for the rest of my life, and this is my diet. Just like animals in nature have a certain diet. They don't keep changing diets. That's what they are all of the time. You need to be what you are all of the time. I eat clean, healthy, fresh food all the time. That's your normal diet. As a human being, that's the way it should be. No, I'm not eating Doritos and Snicker bars and chocolate ice cream every day and pizza and hamburgers and tacos. That's not a regular diet. That's junk. And that's why most people are unhealthy. Now, I understand guilty pleasures. Every once in a while, you can spoil yourself. But the thing is, we don't know what moderation is. Most people don't. Every once in a while, you can spoil yourself because you like the taste of something, but know when to stop. And take a mirror test once a month. At the end of the month, or you pick the date, let it be every day, let it be concurrent. Look in the mirror at yourself and take notes. Have a journal. This is what I weighed. Take a picture. This is what I look like the month before. This is what I look like now. And then you'll start seeing results once you have gone on the journey to good health and weight loss. It's not complicated, but you have to want to do the work. You have to really want to do the work. And if you don't want to do the work, then you won't. You had better just stop talking about, I'm going on a diet, or I'm going to lose weight. And then the next year you're saying the same thing, and the next year you're saying the same thing, but you never have any results. That was it. And that was all. If you need some advice or a suggestion, make sure that you're willing to hear the answer. The answer. Let me know. Much love, and have a great day.